everyone. I'm back on my lives, and this is finally officially a launch of my YouTube channel and my new content. And finally, you can see what am I trying to do here, what this is all about, and what are we going to focus on. So, welcome. My name is Aga Winika, and I am your relationship bestie. I'm like the older sister who actually knows a few things ahead of you when it comes to relationships. Made tons of mistakes in my own relationships, learned a lot along the way, have been helping women for the past 15 years, and I am in finally happy long-term 8-year-old marriage that is getting better and better every day. So this is something I want happened to you, for you, and I want to show you how. So for the past 15 years, when I have been coaching women, I came across tons and tons and tons and tons of scenarios. And I will be doing these lives every day just so you can get to know me a little bit better, my story a little bit better, my clients' stories a little bit better, and to show you the simplest possible way how you can make changes in your own love life, in your own relationships. Because in my books, having healthy, fulfilling relationship, romantic relationship with another person, and I am going to focus definitely on heterosexual relationships. I am not going to go any other way. This is not my area of expertise, not something I know. So no, I'm not going to be politically correct here. Your relationship, romantic relationship with men. You're a woman, and I'm helping you with relationships with men. So let's make that very, very clear. However, for the next several weeks, I will be getting you closer and closer and closer to what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what is it that you can do along the way with me. Steps, easy steps to improve a slightly, like tiny shifts in your behavior, in your communication, in your perception of world. So this is going to be something that I invite you to as a journey. I truly believe that being in a romantic relationship is not a goal. For many of you, that's what you think it is, that all this life is meant for you to find that man, get married, have children if you want children, okay, and live happily ever after with that person. If that's not you, this is not a channel for you. So right away, okay, if you choose to be single and you're not looking for a romantic relationship with a man, I'm probably not a person to follow. But if you do, a lot of you who do are looking for a relationship, romantic relationship, as the goal to reach. Once I have that relationship, I finally can relax. I can finally have the life that I want. I can finally do and feel and be myself and all that, okay? I am not going to tell you that this is a cliche and this is not how it's supposed to be and I'm going to turn everything around, because eventually this is our purpose in life. We are meant to live in pairs, minimum. We are meant to be in groups. We're meant to be with other people. And a romantic relationship is one of those connections or those pairing that we seek the most and we are craving the most and we desire the most. So that's what I will be focusing on. And in my books, I will show you, you don't have to believe me right now, but stick around and I will going to show you how having a romantic relationship is not your ultimate goal. It is a journey that you invite another person to go along the life with you. It's not a goal. You going towards something together. You having similar goal. You're trying to get there in a similar speed and you have similar values to get there. So you're inviting another human on that journey called life with you, which normally is a romantic partner. You are not going through life to get to your partner. So this is the only difference in my perspective, in my way of guiding women, teaching women, helping, supporting them in their romantic endeavors. That's not the word, is it? Okay. But this is something that I definitely dedicated the rest of my life to, simply because I made tons of mistakes, simply because I learned a lot along the way, and simply because I see how many women forget in this 21st century, this modern world, what is our purpose, our value, what do we bring to the table? We're going to talk about that, okay? So we women forget our main value and main purpose and main idea of how to experience joy and what is it that we actually seeking. Okay, we feel that we know what we're seeking. We feel that we have tools to get there because the modern world is telling us right and left that we have them, but we forget the nature, we forget the real purpose, we forget the deep um, embedded in us makeup that we're designed us, the way we're wired. We keep forgetting those. We keep forgetting how men are wired, and we are trying to reinvent the wheel, reinvent the wheel and the will, your own will. So I will show you. I will show you my path. I'll show you path that I guided a lot of my clients through. I'll show you how you can actually relax right now and still have the most amazing romantic relationship you desire, literally. And it's not a woo, it's not a magic, it's not a secret, pill that you wake up overnight and ooh, my world is amazing. Okay, I will show you how to go through your life and how to invite perfect person for you on that journey. So this is what we're gonna do, and I will tell you today what I am focusing on. There are 4 places in our lives, in our journey to joy, that I believe we need to know in order to get the best experience in that journey, right? So I was thinking deep and hard about how to easiest possible way show you the mindset and the perspective of what it is that requires for us to relax in romantic relationships. And I compared that to traveling abroad, anywhere to a foreign country. Okay, no matter where you live, there's always a foreign country to travel to. And this is what I figured. If you want to have the best experience traveling, visiting another country, okay, you need to have few things, like basic things in place. Basic, okay? And no, it's not the money, and no, it's not another person to go with. You can go alone, and then you can get accustomed into that country once you have these 4 things in place. Number 1, you have to be a grown-up. I cannot tell you how powerful that is to know that you have to be a grown-up. When you travel abroad, as a child, you cannot cross the border without a grown-up. Now, if you go into a romantic relationship and you showing up as a wounded girl who needs someone who heals her wounded childhood wounds, then she is not showing up to a relationship and to seeking relationship as a grown woman. So first of all, you have to be a grown-up. You have to be a grown-up. Only grown people can form fulfilling romantic relationships. Children are not even legally allowed to form romantic relationships. Teenagers are testing, but that's a different subject. That's like a branch. So first of all, when you travel abroad, you have to be a grown-up. Number 1, okay? 100% required. Number 2, it is in your best interest to learn that country's language and customs. You don't have to, but if you do, it's so much easier for you to navigate and go through, even if you don't have any money, even if you don't have a place to stay, even if you do not have a plan to what to do in that country. With the language of that country and their customs, it will be easier for you to navigate and be able to provide those extra things like money, shelter, and purpose in that country, because language is absolutely a freedom in the foreign country. Therefore, knowing the language of men, knowing their customs, knowing their perspective, knowing their psychology, knowing their reason why they do things with us is absolutely crucial. If you don't know that, if you don't know at least a little bit of it, then you will be navigating in foreign country as if it was your own, and you will be surprised that everybody hates you, or nobody wants to pay attention to you, or you are being basically lost and taken advantage of. Because you can scream, I'm a foreigner, take advantage of me from far, far, far away. So learning the language of men, just like the language of a foreign country, is your best interest. The next one is You have to have extremely strong boundaries within yourself, knowing what you will or will not allow to happen to you, okay, in that foreign country. And in the same token, you have to respect their boundaries. Do not cross their boundaries because there will be consequences. Here's the kick. If there is a country that has such a strong boundaries or customs that encroach on your own boundaries, you have to make a decision. Do I even want to go there? How does it translates to relationships? If there is a man who is in his custom breaking your boundaries, okay, and this to him is like, well, unless I will go over there, then you cannot be here. You cannot be in my world, right? Now, you can either cave in and give in to his customs against your own boundaries, or you can choose not to visit that country. That is exactly what I'm going to show you when we get to know each other a little bit more, how to choose the place to visit and how to realize that somebody else's customs may not be in your best interest if you do not know your own boundaries. Yes, you can respect somebody else's boundaries, but also you have to know your own, and you have to know your consequences of when someone crossed them, and you have to learn the power to choose not to go to places where your boundaries can be easily crossed. That is another crucial place. I mean, how is that not a safety when you travel? Do not choose the country that crosses your boundaries. Simple. And finally, the last one is you have to learn how to communicate what is it that you need. Knowing the language is one thing, but knowing how to communicate in that language so you can actually survive, so you can actually have enjoyment, so you can actually take the best of that trip is absolutely crucial. And like I said, everything else, money, shelter, purpose, whatever, none of this matters as much as these four things. Okay, you have to be grown up, you have to know their custom and language, you have to know the boundaries, yours and the other person, and you have to know how to communicate. That's it. That's all it is. It has nothing to do to trick him, to manipulate him, to go right places to meet the right man, to have a list of what you're looking. None of that. I promise you, when you follow me and you will see how I approach relationships with way more relaxed perspective, how much easier it will be for you to navigate relationships, to navigate the world of men and women, to to not allowing someone crosses your boundary, to reinforce your standards, all of that. It's kind of like a cherry on top. It's going to be so juicy. It will be so easy for you. You will know how to talk to a man. You will know what you will allow him to do or not allow him to do without feeling pressured, without feeling angry, without having all these triggers touched in you. All of that will be gone. You will do it from the position of, I'm relaxed. Okay, let's see what's out there. I am on my amazing journey called life, and I can invite you over. Let's see if we can communicate, if we speak similar language. By the way, I do get the question a lot from women, why do I have to learn his language? Why doesn't he have to learn mine? Here's the side note, which I will be touching on later on a lot. The side note is, we women, we are seeking fulfilling relationships that are not sexually based. Sex is extra. Okay, this will be probably beeped out on social media, but that is extra in our relationships. This is something that is only fulfilling and satisfying when everything else is in place. Safety, commitment, relying on someone, trust, all that. When we have all that, and men who actually wants to be with us, that's when we can let go and have this amazing, fulfilling, I don't want to use that word because it's social media, physical relationship. That's what I'm going to say. All right. Men, on the other hand, they are seeking just physical. They are not waking up every day and like, oh, I would love to have fulfilling, juicy, trustworthy marriage and children. Most of them don't. Even if they do, they go out there, they see a girl, and the first thought is, how can I score with her? Then I will see if she is worthy, right? So this is not in our best interest to go that way. And they don't need to learn our language to actually get laid. What they learn very quickly is that all they need to know is how to talk to us well enough for us to hear the words and basically win us over. Okay, so the language to get to us so they can get physical access to us is easier than for us to convince them and to show them that being an emotional and non-physical relationship first with us, connection, is in their best interest. And that takes a little longer, and that's why it's better to learn their language and show them in their language, in their path, in their way, that they will understand why this is better. Most women don't take that extra step, and that's why they are surprised that they are relying on men to make up their mind. We learn their language, we explain in their language why this is in their best interest, and I will show you how. And then they make the decision to be with us because we already have this amazing life. They make the decision if they want to be with us, and we basically giving them the space, and we choose who we will accept in that. Once they are interested in having a journey with us, that's when we can teach them our language that we want to hear, that we want to be communicated to, because then it will be in their best interest to know it, because they will be in completely different level of connection. That is deep and very extensive topic, which I will be covering along the way. Again, this is my launch. I'm launching today this brand new path, brand new strategy, brand new social media presence. And I will be here with you daily, right now in the wintertime at 8:30 Pacific. And every morning I will be live with you on Instagram and on YouTube. So you're welcome to watch, join me, and ask questions. I will be bringing closer topics that I just covered, and you will see them on my reels, on my social media, on my blog posts, on my stories. So I highly recommend that you subscribe, that you follow me, and don't miss it out, because I am not going to pull any punches. This is a serious mission of mine. I truly believe that women lost their vision on what is it to be a woman in relationship, and they are trying to navigate this modern world with all this blows and whistles and smoke and mirror, when in fact all they have to do is to lean back, go back to basics, and everything will just flow. We women love the flow, and I am going to show you how to open yourself up for the flow and not get hurt in the process. Okay, so this was, let me wave to some people. I didn't want to get distracted, so I was not even looking who is joining us today. Today was an intro video, and I am super excited. If you have any specific questions, if there's anything that I said that is not clear, comment below, send me a DM, anything that you feel would be comfortable for you. I'm more than happy to explain, to talk. You'll see more of me, and you'll see in my highlights more of the actual process, actual path. Just give it a time, because the Rome wasn't built in a day. Follow along the way, and you'll see how this works. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'll see you tomorrow, 8:30 Pacific in the morning. And I cannot wait. This journey is going to be incredible for both of us.